What is up, and welcome to the show. This is the Waterparks Prefunk. This is probably my favorite Waterparks song for, I don't know, whatever reason. You'd be paranoid too if everyone was out to get you by Waterparks off of Greatest Hits. I doubt they'll play much off of Greatest Hits. They usually don't. They usually play newer things and older things, but not necessarily so much off of Greatest Hits. I forgot about that autofocus thing. I thought my skylight, the one that usually puts the colors behind me, was broken. There was yet another thing was broken. It is not. Nonetheless, I set up since this is a special episode. This is going to be a quickies episode. Probably, let's see. The doors open at 7. There are opening bands. I don't want to spend too much money on alcohol at the show, so we'll see. I'm not leaving any. Yeah. Well, I'm not leaving at 7. I'm definitely not leaving any later than 8, and that includes like getting out the door. So this show is probably going to run about an hour, and I'm going to be playing Waterparks exclusively, including some of their new material, if that's your jam. Whether or not I come back and do another episode after the show, we'll see. But probably I don't have to work tomorrow, so we'll see. I had a good day, speaking of, at work, with some annoying elements that I am not going to talk about. Otherwise, I will end up ranting and rambling for I'll miss the show. Because those elements were significantly annoying. But I also understand that other people have their perspectives. I'm trying to decide how much I want to talk about it at all. This is Fruit Roll-Ups. I like that the song is called Fruit Roll-Ups, but he references fruit by the foot, which is not exactly the same thing. No, this is, okay, well, I've already ranted about it enough. There's an ongoing, so there's someone, I supervise them, so I have to, it is my job to, when I catch things, I know, in their perspective, I'm just piling this stuff on them at the last minute, and it's so unfair. In my perspective, 2 times in the same week, they didn't text me back until the next day, which itself triggered questions. Once I looked at their calendar, I realized there were significant concerns that I brought to their attention and explained required action. Then on Monday morning, and they're all, at 9:20, I get it at 9:20, because we've been at work for an hour, and I don't see any changes to your calendar. And this part's probably going to come back to bite me. They demanded, if you expect large calendar updates, I literally was asking them to add full addresses, and travel time. I need a week in advance. First of all, if you look at the competencies of our agency, flexibility is one of them, and adjusting to the expectations is part of the job. It is a job expectation. They really took personally, which I understand, that I had brought up fraud. I did not accuse them of fraud, but I brought up, if your calendar doesn't match what you're doing, that can be construed as fraud. And that's true. And that is reminded to all of us all the time. If this is the first they're hearing of it, and because they were like, what specific? I was like, I'm not referring to all of us, all our calendars. If what we do, and the longer it goes, so if you haven't made the correction to adjust your calendar, obviously, your calendar says you're going to go visit someone. They cancel on you while you're on the way there. That happens to us all the time. You drive home, you then have to adjust your calendar. If you wait 2, 3, 4 days, it looks like you still had that visit. if that person comes around, if a provider ever says, it all comes down to, what the annoying part is, I can still hear, I'm shocked you would say all this to me, rather than, oh, I see why there is a sense of urgency around this, and I take it seriously now, which I don't think they do. They understand I want them to take it seriously, and that they are being mandated to, whether they want to or not. But I can't, I can make them do the work, I can't make them take it seriously. So it's going to come up again, that they're not going to understand why X is more important than Y. And I get it. Going out and meeting with people in the community is the job, but it's 60% of the job. The other 40% is documentation, and definitely things like responding to emails. And their voicemail has been full and had the wrong person's name since like July, and I brought it to their attention. That they're still coming at me like, I don't like the way, they didn't say, I don't like the way you came at me, but they were like, I said I wasn't going to rant about this, and I'm done. Except, unfortunately, again, when someone won't indicate that they understand a level of urgency, they're not going to see it again, and they're going to, I'm going to have to keep having conversations about prioritization, about the communication conversation. Oh, and they were like, I just heard about this on Friday. I was like, no, this is follow-ups to conversations that we've had that as a team and individually, like,
I'm gonna shave my fucking head!
So that was You'd Be Paranoid 2, Fruit Roll-Ups, Like It, Gladiator, Interlude. This is Just Kidding. Again, I don't think, I'm going to try and play something off of each of their 5 albums, and the new material as well. Unfortunately, this actually doesn't have anything to do with that. Oh, the rest of my day was awesome. I had an in-person advocacy event at the Panorama Room in the Pacific Building, whatever that building is called, which I will always take every opportunity. Why did they have us? I just realized, I don't know why this is weird. Why did they have us line up and stand in front of a PowerPoint presentation of a QR code for the photo when we had that view in the background? It was an overcast day. I still love that. Even that, like you can see the clouds. Like you can see where the clouds started. Like it, yeah. Elijah Smith was there. But yeah, no, just advocacy, coalition building. That was all awesome. Then I had another meeting that was fine. That group is still gelling. I think breaking them into 2 breakout rooms. Separately, I've talked about, communication. It's always about communication with me. The lead that I'm co-running that with, it's very confusing. Like, I think we do a pretty good job of tag teaming stuff, but sometimes we don't, so that everything gets done, but I don't think we communicate with each other that well. Like, it was not, like, I asked them to review the agenda, and I know they didn't reply, but something in my email has been, like, I'm now, like, as I'm like, nope, gotcha, you missed an email, you're in trouble. Like, I'm missing emails too, and I don't know. This is Snow Globe. And then this is Snow Globe, and then just kidding. They have never made a Waterparks Snow Globe. Just putting that out there. I'm wearing my Waterparks t-shirt, by the way. I don't know where my squishy is. My orange squishy. But yeah, no, for reasons that have nothing to do with anything that happened today, I'm just not in the mood. I had a feeling I wouldn't be. I wasn't in the mood to go out last night, and I didn't, but I already have tickets to this, so I'm going. Am I just getting old? Like, is this it, like, finally in my 50s? Actually, no. Oh, wow. Not the last time I saw Waterparks, but the time before that. I've seen Waterparks a lot of times. Is this my fourth? I think this might be my 5th. I've seen them twice. Yeah, this is my 5th time seeing Waterparks. I've seen them twice in Seattle. I saw them at the Neptune. I saw them at the Showbox original flavor. I'm convinced the reason they're at the soda is how freaked out Austin was. That, like, when the crowd jumped, like, you can feel it. Like, that building does need to be, like, seismically retrofitted. Like, it's, like, if the floor caved in, I wouldn't be surprised. Nonetheless, I go back, and this is just kidding. Self-harm warning, self-content warning. Call 988 or text 741-741. The other thing is, if the person didn't like the tone of I knew I was going to ramble about this, and that was not, let's just get it out on this weird little pre-funk show, because I don't want to be doing this on a regular news show. I was matching energy. Like, they sent me an email last week that was like, bet, 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 bet. And I started to reply to that, and then I actually stripped my email of that and left just the, like, hey, here are the expectations, which I thought were pretty neutral. I also realized I don't think this person listens in meetings. I think that's the other reason why so many internal meetings, like, if they're, like, pulling teeth to get them to show up, and, like, that whole, like, oh, I didn't know it was mandatory, and, like, all that. I don't think when they're there, they're there. I don't think they're listening, because they acted surprised and even, like, was like, why am I hearing about this on a Monday morning? Because you heard about it on Friday afternoon and didn't take action, because none of this is new information. Like, we talked about fraud in person and you didn't respond. I told you might need to cancel and you didn't respond. Like, were you, like, you moved on to something else, or didn't? I don't know. I don't know. So, but I think part of it is I don't think they're really listening in meetings, and that's why. I would suggest taking. I will suggest to them taking notes, because. Oh, if I had like thought this.
And repeat.
If I had thought this through, I would have. I would have played. I would have done them in order, but since we're not. Oh, maybe I'm doing them in reverse favorite album order, except I would have started with Intellectual Property, which is my favorite, if that's what we were doing. This is I Miss Having Sex, but at least I don't want to die. Followed by War Crime. Probably Reboot, and probably Reboot as well. I meant to do that because I like scratching my records. They might still play this. They play this from time to time. Oh, I will. Yeah, for anyone who cares, I will not be live streaming tonight. So that I will have to wait until Waterparks, or at least not this whole show. I may live stream part of it. I am going to bring my new... so, I've been... Okay, I'm going to do this right now. Because I've been putting off... I was supposed to have... Like, my whole plan was to have, like, my YouTube, my email, everything set up so I could start live streaming from the new phone. Cool. It came with its own, it's not quite a case unless it has a back. No, that's not super useful though. Oh, does this even... I'm not gonna try and hit that one. Alright. Alright. I'm doing it right now. I'm putting... Oh, that's an interesting word of warning. To ensure that fingerprint reader works correctly, put the glass on before, and I'm not using any wipes or anything, I just dropped it right on. Okay. What are you talking about? You don't even do bad shit. I got a bubble, fuck it, I got a bubble, someone get me a credit card, I got a bubble. I only got one though, okay. I can live with that. And it's, well, and of course it's like right in the fucking middle. Oh no, it's just getting smaller. No, it's, oh shit! It's not a bubble. There's something there. Oh, damn it. That makes no sense because, okay, well, that's gonna be how it is. And then I'm just curious if this, it does fit. Is this? It's like a fake half case. I don't know what to do. I mean, I guess technically it protects the corners and better than nothing. That's kind of neat because it wasn't advertised as Okay. Let's go. Oh, wet wipes, dry wipes. Okay, that's why. Okay. Stop hitting yourself. Oh. I'll know in a second if that works. Okay, now that's worse. Okay, making it worse at every point, every step. Alright, I'm done. Fucking with the screen for now anyway. I have two, if I end up, if this one ends up getting fucked up, I have two other... I don't like clear cases like this. They yellow and get gross. Okay. I'm at some point going to end up having to do not flush. Okay. I'm going to end up having to what am I trying to say? Re-up this. Dirty laundry, can you keep it?
I never promised you your dream, boy, I'm better as you shoot toy. Love, love, love. The heart I gave you was a decoy. I'm just here to destroy. Love, love, love. I never promised you your dream, boy, I'm better as you shoot toy. Love, love, love.
I think the band are big fans of this record. They're most likely to play things off of this. Has been my experience. They often will play deeper cuts. Dust removal adhesive. Okay, I didn't read any of the instructions or follow any of this. It's just getting worse and worse. Okay, I should just stop touching this. Well, you have to agree to terms of service. Well, I'm screenshotting them. I want to know what I'm agreeing to. How long is this shit? Oh shit! Okay, I'm not I'm not screenshotting this. 100. Okay. I'm like, wow, this was just like the definition of product. Okay, never mind. Fuck, I guess I'm agreeing to it without reading it. Oh shit. Can I do this later? I don't want to choose. I want to choose the easy setup using setup with another device. But keep the other phone or tablet nearby and unlock. I'm not installing the SIM into this yet. I'm not. Okay, we're not ready for this to be the main phone. Oh, wait. Yeah, I have. There's no SIM card. I just may take a long time if you're looking for a SIM card. Set up later in settings. Skip activating phone. Yes, skip activating phone. Oh. Wait. Pretty cool. Okay. So, what the fuck? Alright. I hate shit like this. This is exactly why I was like, I'm continuing. I don't understand. Why does it keep... What? Wait, I didn't... Okay, skip. Accept.
It makes me sick, you know I still
Alright. Yeah, okay. I spent way too much doing... I knew this was... Okay. I'm sorry. Alright. I'm like... Fucking date of birth? Who gives a shit? Someone actually remembered my birthday today. That was actually the weirdest. And I was like, we don't need to talk about that because they were talking about deadlines, and now our deadlines are moving into January, and my birthday is in January. Their birthday is December, and they said that's why they remembered it. I will go with dark mode. Just for funsies. I'm all set up. This is dark mode? Dude, you're going to be my first picture. Jump up. I'm going to miss you. Yes. That's a Bubba. Bubba. Alright, if I'm going to play something off of every record, I'm going to need, and the new stuff, I'm going to need to pick it up just a little bit. But I am going to still play, did I just play the entire, okay, well, fuck it, we play the entire B-side of Stream Fandom. I'm wearing the Fandom shirt. Low-key, is this my fit? When I can't even decide on my favorite Waterparks album because they're all my favorite. but I can tell you who my favorite pet is. It's who's ever in my lap. You're my favorite right now. Yes, you're my favorite right now. It's usually Duke or Karma because they are the clingiest. They stay the closest. I am going to play Cherry Red. But yeah, no, when for whatever reason they've found their own independence and it's just Daisy there, she's such a sweetie boo too. But she doesn't get as much love. She didn't get as much love from strangers because Duke runs right up to them. Duke is the outgoing one. I think I'm at some point going to regret not setting that up properly. Like, I'm going to be like, what? I didn't need it. I was already going to be videotaping. Did I already say we won't be live? Yeah, I did. The show, which started about 13 minutes ago, I don't know if the opening bands are going to start right away. There are 2 opening bands. I forgot who they are. That doesn't sound right. One of the women I met at the advocacy thing today is running for City Council District 5. Boop, boop. Rebecca Saldana is running for King County Council. State Senator Rebecca Saldana is running for King County Council. That's exciting. But I also feel like Girmai's ascension from who is this guy to King County Executive have made other people notice the King County Council. I think Teresa Mosqueda's decision to jump from Seattle City Council, which gets a lot more local media attention, to the King County Council. Yeah, I think people are looking at the King County Council as both, I don't want to cynically just say a springboard to their careers, but also a viable place where important work is getting accomplished. And I don't know if people have always felt that way, or even I've always thought of it that way.
I like cold rings, I want a big house, I want nice things, I want jet packs, I want a big house, I want...
Oh, am I just talking about applying for benefits and not worth the dignity? Yeah, no, okay. She basically talked about being treated so horribly at DSHS that she walked away from benefits, and she was like, but I didn't walk away from feeding my family, I just had to figure it out some other way, and I did. So when I applied for benefits. I've applied for benefits 3 times in my life. Once when I was living in a van in San Francisco, I was employed then. In fact, I've never worked more than the time I was homeless. I had 5 different jobs, some of which overlapping. I would say it was harder to find stable employment, but I found employment and I stayed employed most of the time with people knowing that I was homeless, but in some cases after someone really was like, we really want to give you the opportunity, but it just makes you seem too unstable. I was like, well, give me the chance to prove myself, and then you'll find out. In any event, maybe I didn't always tell everyone, but I'm sorry. How did I start rambling about San Francisco? Okay. Oh, because I don't have any news. I have a couple of updates, headlines, but I don't really have much news, so I'm just giving myself permission to ramble like I have all night. All right, like I said, the latest I'm walking out the door is 8, so, all right, I am gonna play Turbulent, because if they play anything off of this, actually, they still play a lot. Bus. I saw that too, dude. Do you watch buses? Do you like to watch buses? When I applied in Oregon, the main thing was I didn't apply. Even though I was only making $7 an hour there, as I was when I first moved to Seattle in 2005. I lived in Seattle, within city of Seattle limits, making $7 an hour. I still don't know how. Like I don't know how. I genuinely. Yes, I do. I was deeply, deeply, deeply in debt. I moved to Seattle deeply, deeply, deeply in debt. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in debt.
My name's Otto and my name's Jeff. My name's Chris and we're all friends.
I forgot that part. This is turbulent. No, okay, but so yeah, no, and again, I don't know how I made $7. Portland's a little bit cheaper, actually. My rent was dirt cheap. I had an amazing apartment and it was dirt cheap. I had to bike like a 10 mile. My job was 10 miles from my home, and I biked every day. I think it was 5 miles, so it was 10 miles round trip. Or was it 10 miles each way, and I biked 20 miles? All I know is I did a shit ton of biking. I couldn't even afford public transit. I remember, on days where it was, too icy or whatever, and I, literally had to scrounge for, the $3 for, public transit. Portland public transit is also a much less, reliable. Nonetheless, I made it all work at $7 an hour until I had to start. Well, I wasn't living in a home with my child, and as a result, you pay child support. That's right, Floyd. And then I was like, I don't know how I'm going to make this work, and I applied for benefits. At the same time, I was also now traveling to Seattle on the weekends to visit my child, which was, and again, was that round trip? Yeah, no, it was $40 each way. I don't know how much Greyhound from Portland to Seattle is now, but it was $40. It was $80 a weekend. I was staying in a hostel, so that was not that expensive. Green Tortoise, still recommend. I have never been to the new location, but the old location across where the old Knock Knock used to be slapped. I had good memories there, despite the circumstance. And you may not know this, and I don't know if this is true of every state because every state has different rules. It literally says side orange. What is the other side? Side orange. Just side green. Austin and his autochromia or whatever it's called. All right, I'll play something off of entertainment. I usually play blonde. I'm going to play something I don't... Peach Lobotomy. This is not Warriors. By Waterparks off of entertainment. Like I said, if you're not a fan, we're playing Waterparks exclusively. Shit. So, no, I applied for benefits and discovered that child support doesn't count towards your allotment. And everyone was very sympathetic, and everyone was like, no, you're right. I was like, but this is how much I make. These are my expenses that I've documented. It is. I understand. You're just saying we can't include that. But how am I supposed to live if you don't? And they were like, yeah, no, that's rough. That's tough. None of them actually gave me any resources. Like, I don't remember anyone saying, here are food banks, here are community meals. They were just like, shrug, that sounds tough. But they were very nice about it. It was not until I moved to Washington, for whatever reason, and I applied for benefits. Again, I was working at a child care. I was again making $7. I may have started at $8 an hour. I think I did. And I was like, oh no, okay. Whatever I would, yeah, I think it probably was $8 an hour, maybe $8.50. Whatever I would earned as a raise, like whatever would have been my salary for that, because they wanted me back at my old school. Like I was set. School early learning programs tend to do like negotiations with teachers in the spring-ish, so like even if they're year-round. But this program wasn't. They had summer camps and stuff, but was not. Is that my? I can't remember. I do remember I worked all the way up until. Yeah, no, the aftercare was open, but anyway, which I started in. I worked. Yeah, no. Oh, that was the other. Oh. I'm like, how did I make it work? I worked 2 jobs, but in the same building. I worked as an assistant, and then I worked in the aftercare. I just worked mad hours, and then I would bike home in the dark. Well, at first, the first 6 months or so, I was sober because I was desperate to change a particular circumstance, and if that's what it took to prove that, I was willing to do that at that time, because that's easy. Oh no, me, I'm like, because I drink by choice. No, I'm an alcoholic, as I have been for a long time. But every addict, I can quit anytime. I can and do quit for periods just to prove to myself that I can. Not this year though. So I actually couldn't prove I still could, but as recently as a couple years ago, I know I can go days, weeks, like months. It doesn't. I like alcohol. That being said, the knowledge I can drink again at some point is what is why I can do that. Oh shit! This is not Warriors. That was, or no? Okay, no, okay. I'm gonna play. What else am I gonna play off of? Oh. They don't play this as often as they should, given how much a fan favorite it is. This is Lucky People, and this goes out to. If you think this goes out to you, it probably doesn't. But if you couldn't imagine this possibly went out to you, it probably does. This is their Christmas song. Actually, wow, I found out some rabbit holes and wormholes I definitely didn't want to be in. But at least they're not holes. I'm gonna guess that's the record player. That's not the record. I hope I'm not discovering in real time that all my Waterparks records are warped. Is that possible? Did I leave them in a pile? Okay, I'm trying to figure things out. Like, why is this? They just sound warped. You get a general vaporwave vibe from something it's not always quite at the right speed. My record player is. I don't want to say it's last legs because, move to Washington, live in a basement apartment that I was very with kind of overbearing landlords, but I also understand, like, I like my heat. No, yeah. Overall, I was very happy to, and then this whole thing over a dollhouse, and I was like, you gave it. Okay, I'm confused, but yeah, but also. And then basically just this whole thing where the apartment was renovated for this is what it came down to. The apartment was renovated for their son, but then something, and they felt he was irresponsible, so he didn't get it. And this was actually made up front to me, but I didn't really think much about it. And then he came back, and then he had to live in the garage, which was also, unlike my garage, pretty nicely tricked out, but also it's a garage. If you grew up in the house, maybe even the basement would feel like not. But yeah, I understood. That being said, he did spend all his time playing video games and, like, yeah, whatever. But he couldn't have, like, the ladies over. He let me know that. I stopped short of being like, you can use my play, because I don't really care. I don't know. I had one other landlord in New Mexico, and I only lasted about 2 months. Like, I didn't even, yeah. They were reading my mail. They were looking in windows. And I was like, no, I didn't sign up for any of this shit. And I explained, like, you seem more curious. And they said, and then when I called them out, they were like, well, it's my property. And I'm like, yeah, it's your property, but it's my space. Do you want people looking in your windows? And they acknowledge, like, oh, yeah, no. But no, I think I feel like I have, like, the tiniest little devil lock. All right, we're getting to the new shit. Like I said, where are we at? Okay. We're actually, well, we're doing great for time. We're not, because I'm not even telling my stories properly. This is Plum Island, followed by I'll Always Be Around off of Double Dare. But no, because I ended up filling this entire, technically, allegedly 4-bedroom house with stuff. On paper, it's a 2-bedroom, but I'm like, you're calling those bedrooms? Like, Redfin will let you call those bedrooms? I was not a great landlord, but I wasn't a nosy landlord, but I was like, you can't have pets without letting me know, landlord, which is exactly what I did in my first official apartment. I ripped up the carpet, which they didn't realize until I moved out. Who did they think where did I put it up? I ripped it up and then put it in the dumpster. Like, these days, I would know better, because I'm surprised I wasn't caught, like, months, anyway. And also, I guess that whole year they never needed to, nor did any maintenance of the apartment. I'm confused. All I know is I bought a dog. I got a dog from a shelter, and they evicted me, and I was like, oh, good, because I didn't want to have to break my lease, but I signed someone on my behalf, my dad's friend, signed a 12-month lease, but I need to go to college. College is over. Like, that's why those 9-month leases exist. The last place I was a renter, my first lease was a 9-month lease, and I didn't realize that was just for students. They were just like either or, it's for your convenience. Just they didn't clarify, but yeah, the moment your lease is up, your rent goes up, and that was consistent at that place. But there was gouges, like there, I don't miss that, though I do miss I miss the location, not the apartment. I miss the original amenities, but not the, what did they replace the movie theater with? I love that movie theater. Nothing? Oh, like, I can't remember. Some kind of like conference room? I can't remember. Places I've lived, is that where that ramble went? That's fine. Applying for benefits. So I just moved to Seattle. It's 2005. I am a single parent. I walk in with my child because even though I'm working in childcare, I don't have access to childcare. I can't afford childcare, which is more often than not the case. Although eventually that same job got me a discount on childcare for my child. That didn't even matter. It was more just for my pride because was that Plum Island? I have never been treated worse in my life. Like, given the only thing they knew about me was that I'm a single parent, as evidenced by literally the child that I'm carrying, and that I'm applying for benefits, I've never been treated more like, how dare I even exist? Like, it took a long time for me to be treated that way again. Full circle. Sometimes life comes full circle. Anyway, well, despite all the indignities they made me suffer, again, I just didn't qualify, and I was like, what? And literally, all I'm applying for, when I applied in San Francisco, I guess this is the 90s for you. Oh yeah, no, that's exactly it. Clinton years versus Bush years. I signed up. I got $127 a month. They were in the form of coupons. There was a work fare requirement, and so despite the fact that, I'm counting it as among the 5 jobs, I cleaned buses, I believe 20 hours a week. It was just what was randomly assigned to me. What was wild was, while I was in San Francisco, I was a little bit of enthusiast, and I was sometimes cleaning off. I was like, I know this person. Not even I know this person's like, I recognize that tag. I was like, I know this person, but I couldn't just, in some cases, if it was like on the side or something, I could just, no, I would just leave it. And then be like, and if someone else came back and expected it, I'd just be like, sorry, I missed that. Also, they made us use some of the most toxic chemicals known to man with no protection whatsoever, because that's how they treat people receiving social services. Also, that yard was almost entirely run by the people in the program. And as such, much like prisons, it had its own weird internal hierarchy that has nothing to do with any real thing except their own favoritism, whatever. Okay, have I finished this? Yeah, in my case, it wasn't worth the dignity, but I went through the indignities anyway, only to be denied. I love that Amija referenced the Othello shooting last week. The video has been released in that. I don't know if that makes a difference. In headlines, which I don't know if I'm going to get to, but yeah. Well, a little bit of happy juice. Now I'm in the mood to go to a show. But also listening to Waterparks. Yeah, the police SPD has released the video of the shooting that happened on the corner. Me, when my hot take was it inconvenienced me, which is true. Like if you go back and watch that episode, a person died. A person died. And if you watch that episode, you'll probably hear me ranting about how I had to drive around extra. It's been a minute since I did that. It's usually like when in the episode while I unplug the mic. Cold mic bus. What are you doing, auto center? I did move. Now I'm just trying to psych you out. But yeah, unfortunately, I think you would find me ranting mostly about how it inconvenienced me on dropping off my library books rather than really sensitively focusing on the gravity of a person died just blocks away from my house. They were again, for those who weren't paying attention, or for those who were just hearing about this for the first time, in the parking lot of the Safeway on Othello and MLK, an individual was brandishing a gun. The police were called. There is no evidence, and I don't know if the video has audio, but there is no evidence they said anything, or I am both of the mind. I do remember talking about this. I am both of the mind. Fuck the police, but fuck 12. No. Oh, I'm really tempted to play Roddy Rich, but okay, I'm gonna play. Oh, this is Powerless followed by Little Violence. Just but also this person was waving a gun around, and so I understand that in that circumstance, there may be limited opportunities for de-escalation, but again, it doesn't sound like a police officer said anything. It doesn't sound like a police officer gave any warnings. It doesn't sound like a police officer. Sounds like they arrived, the individual was still brandishing a gun, and they just shot first, asked questions later. I guess balancing police accountability with a person is waving a gun. In my neighborhood, they have limited options. But it feels like a basic drop the gun would be the bare minimum before shooting, and there is another perspective, both Amija and her co-host Erin, and I didn't get her last name, but Amija Smith is well known in the community. Someone even called that out in one of their questions, and her response was like, if you're calling attention to the fact that I'm well known and loved in the community, thank you, but I don't I don't keep score of my impact. But I think it was a little bit. She was the more well-known draw. I didn't know she was going to be there, but maybe other people did. The other person, Erin, they've known each other a long time, but I guess she's less well-known to me, seemingly to other people in the audience, because most of them, again, address their questions to Amisha. But both of them were very clear to emphasize it's always a budget deficit season. I guess that's another thing I can report. I guess Governor Ferguson, basically, before we even moved into the legislative session, and he did this last year while he was governor-elect, by the way, he basically was just saying, don't ask, find the cuts. That will be the expectation. But anyway, their perspective was they've been doing this for decades. It's always a deficit season. They're always saying final cut. Oh shit. So I have an upcoming, I will be there. It's at Rainier Beach Community Center. I believe it's on, is it December 16th or January 16th? Yeah, I will let you know. Hold on, let me write this down now. I believe it is December 16th. It's 15th, 16th. They said they would send the slides when they said they will send the slides and they don't send the slides. I'm that one who's like, you said you would send the slides. I'm also that one where someone else has to be like, you said you would send the slides. So I'm not calling you out, I'm just saying, anyway, I was like, step levy, why are we still talking about that? It passed. We now have to talk about how to spend it, and we need to advocate for how to do that. In fact, hold on. I'm sorry, you're like, the what? Family Education Preschool and Promise levy that just passed again for another 6 or 7 years. I'm literally, I've seen two different things, but I know it was 7 years the last time, and I believe, well, I think some people said 6 because we'll have to start talking about it again in 6 years. I'm not sure. Anyway, but now it's time to talk about how to spend the funds. Yes, it passed, but how do we spend the funds? There is, like I said, there's an event at the Rainier Beach Community Center. I want to say December 16th. I'll give you a time and a date in a future episode. Because people are talking about using it on school resource officers. I was at the oh shit. Okay, me. Oh shit. Okay, me when I'm gonna end up missing, at least I don't think I'm gonna catch either of the opening bands. I'm gonna end up missing Waterparks because I'm too busy playing Waterparks. Not to be weird, but this is my 5th time seeing them, so I think that might be okay. This is Funeral Grey. Wait, did I finish all that? Yeah, no. No, they're talking about using school resource officers. And I know that's where I was at. I was at the school board meeting. It was wild because there were actually students who were asking for school. Garfield students who said we do want school resource officers. That actually surprised me. And in fact, if you see my episode from having just come from, I actually live streamed parts of that meeting. So you can watch that on the channel. And you watch my aftermath, just analyzing. Oh, that's really interesting. That. Don't spit on anyone, that's it. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Non-consensually. Almost 2026, y'all. No kink shaming here. I discovered for the first time today, but then learned. I actually then saw a news article the same day, coincidentally, that I learned from a community member first, who actually, a man in Vancouver, Washington, if you're learning for the first time, you're the Vancouver, Washington, not just Vancouver, British Columbia. That's confusing. Like, they're both about 3 hours away. In fact, I think the Vancouver in Canada is slightly closer to me than the Vancouver in Washington, the state I live in. But that's just... Vancouver, Washington is literally right across the border from Portland. Many people live and work in Portland. I'm going to play this out. Is brainwashed? But a man in Vancouver, Washington was mauled by an ice dog. His family, as it turns out, like I said, I learned about this first from people who actually know him, who know his family. His family are U.S. citizens, some of them. It's a mixed status family. He was undocumented. they have a good lawyer, and it's getting some media attention and traction. But they were like, but what happens when it doesn't? Like, what? Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, they've got facial recognition, gait recognizing technologies, flock camera frogs, but we've got whistles. And I don't want to make fun of it, but seriously, no, and I'm not making fun of it because, like, technologies like this, and again, you want those three, like, yeah, no, that means ice is in the area, and then the sustained ice is actually, come help. Oh, Duke. Oh, I love you, buddy. I love how helpful you are and want to be. Come here. Just look to the helpers. Are you a helper dog? You're a goody boy helper dog. You are. But no, yeah, no, like I said, this was someone who bought, I'm pretty sure probably with their own personal money, whistle. And again, the 3 short blasts and but we've got whistles, and let's use them. Let's be loud. Yeah, 3 short bursts, ice in the area. What are you seeing out the window, buddy? One long blast, or sustained blast, and continued sustained blast. Ice is actually doing some shit. Not just we see a van, but like it's their. Me when I was like, I'm going to be out the door and so Dick Burgers, Transit News, Dick Burgers is advertising on the light rail. Love it, but it makes me hungry. Southbound now says Federal Way, but it says Federal Way downtown. And I'm like, oh, you just did this with changing the Symphony Station. This is going to confuse someone, and not just confuse someone. And I'm going to say, when I say someone, specifically tourists, so maybe we're doing this on purpose, hardy har har, it's only, I guess for them it's only 2 stops, but if you saw the way I'm looking at the signs and I saw downtown, I would assume it meant Seattle downtown because, oh, I'm sorry, I just got on the light rail from the airport. Federal Way downtown means the downtown of the city of Federal Way. They're gonna learn their mistake. What date did I predict? Well, no, I'm saying this is the date I predicted they will learn this mistake. Now, if they could correct the fact that the University District Station and the University of Washington Station both have university, and I understand it is the University District. What else would you call that? I don't know. They renamed the Symphony Station, and that barely even made the news, but it made all the difference to people who got confused. Um, well, I guess that, yeah, no, oh. Am I playing A Night Out on Earth again? Yeah, okay, well, yeah, okay. These are two, okay. These are two of my favorite water park songs. This is Night Out on Earth off of Intellectual Property, and I'm actually going to close with See You in the Future. And I know what I'm about to show you is going to say "See You in the Future," and when you listen to it, it sounds like the song is called "See You See You in the Future," but the song is actually canonically called "See You in the Future." I actually hope to at some point buy a repress where it's listed like that on the physical media. The story behind that is someone got a tattoo, and it was See you in the future. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do an after show, but this is a pre-funk. Thanks for joining. If you're a Waterparks fan, I hope you boop boop. If you let me know what I should have played instead. Oh, I love that Country Time is coming for laws. Lemonade stand shouldn't be illegal. But yeah, no, if I'm getting on the light rail and I see downtown, and especially I'm like, oh wow, only 2 stops, my reptilian brain is going to make me want to choose that just because, and then I'm going to discover, oh, I'm at the end of the line and nowhere near downtown Seattle, because Federal Way is a place that I've never even heard of or thought about. They'll learn. Trust me, they'll learn. But they just changed all the signage. I'm curious how quickly they're going to have to change it. Yeah, no, in other transit news, I've talked about this before. I've more or less given up on, well, I've never been the one to confront someone, but I'm like, headphones fucking exist. However, I hate to say it, but they've won. It is so consistent. At least let me know what it's like on public transportation where you live, both the light rail and on buses. That people just play their media without headphones. That's just, and no one else says anything, so no one else says anything. I'm not going to be the one saying anything, but it's common. And I've given up. However, my thing is, pick a fucking song. I'm sorry, like, at the very least, if we all have to listen to it, I don't want to listen to the first 3 seconds of 47 fucking songs. Pick a fucking song. And then after all of that, all I want for Christmas is you? Like I said, y'all, I'm tired. These people done exhausted me today. Oh. I have a visual aid for this one. I think I might need to retire my favorite Crocs, at least when it's raining. The sole, it's just like, it doesn't wear out. Like, that's one of my favorite things about Crocs is how durable they are. I've owned this for like 5-6 years, and they're just, for context, I wear shoes until their sole wears out. I'm sorry, I wear shoes after their sole wears out. And again, these aren't even, these are still in rotation. I will still wear these, except not when it rains, because then I'm like, oh. But yeah, I wear shoes until after their sole wears out. However, something specifically about Crosslight, and once the tread has worn off, is just extremely dangerous. Like rubber will still keep you safe on a sidewalk, but Crosslight, which is a proprietary material that Crocs are made of that is not plastic, but also not recyclable. And if you look at their website and actually like it is a resin, I'm like, that's plastic. That's, you can call it whatever you want, but it's fucking plastic. We'll see if I continue to be the Crocs person for the rest of my life. But yeah, I just showed an example of a sneaker I did not wear in 2025, and actually because no events required me to wear not Crocs, I can't think of an event that I didn't wear Crocs to. Though, oh. Okay. Ah. Oh, that was also true. I didn't even catch that. Okay, motherfucker. Okay. I mentioned that, yeah, it wasn't the light that's broken, but the. Okay, I think all my cords are going out now. Okay. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Actually, this is Greatest Hits off of Greatest Hits by Waterparks, followed by probably maybe Ice Bath and See You in the future. Oh, okay. It's literally past 8. I. Okay, I'm sorry. You know, I have to tell the story. At the pot store, I've mentioned the pot store is where everybody knows my name. He mentioned Cheers, so I walk in. Abe, who, shout out to Abe, wasn't my bud tender. But he just went, got me my usual, handed it to her, and she looked a little bit confused. And I laughed. And he was like, it's like Cheers. I don't remember what I said, but he said, it's like Cheers. And I said, I tell people that. And is it okay that the pot store is where everybody knows my name? Like, that's... But it's true. That's where everyone knows my name. They know my preference. My drink slides down. Yeah, well, it's not my drink. It's metaphorically slides down the bar right into my hand. It's, yeah, no. They literally, I show up and they know the pot I want. And like, tip your bud tender is my point. But specifically the fact that he said it's like Cheers, and I was like, it is! I said that! I have to actually find my keyboard just to do an emoji, heart emoji, and also remind me in the comments or like at some future episode, remind me, I need to do, okay. I've now officially, if I were going to have presents for my team, I need to figure out what I'm getting my team. All right, that's between... Oh, I have all day tomorrow off. Okay. Yay. And I am definitely going to the Ace Hero Screamo hardware. But no, that's just funny. Yeah, no, guys, I'm glad we're all on the same page. I literally need to like. Okay. Oh, and I guess I have a new milk person. I'm not. Oh, I was about to show them, but I don't want to show their children. Thanks, Ryan. I used to have a milk person, Jason, who I thought hated me. I feel like I knew that I had a new milk person. Right. I don't think Jason hated me. I think he may just not have been. Anyway. Anyway, we'll talk more about that. Because I said I was going to place you in the future, I'm going to go ahead and... The people who dress their dogs, are you judging me? Because I'm judging you. I used to judge people who dress their dogs, but now I get it. Because I have dogs, and I'm like, oh, it's just fun to play dress up. But you don't really think these are, like, if I don't have a raincoat for my dog, you're not, right? Like, they're all just costumes, right? They're not required. And I get some dogs, well, I've talked about it. Daisy gets freezy. Daisy gets shaky. And I've confirmed this because I'll start to open the door and then I won't open the door. And then then she'll start giving me the, you're going to make me go outside eyes. And like, how dare you? Like, it's freezing. But I'm like, girl, I haven't opened the door. Is to see you in the future by Waterparks. I need to find a clip of them announcing the song as such. I don't think they do. I think they still just probably call it "See You in the Future." But canonically, go to your streaming services. I don't use streaming services. I use physical media. I enjoy the pleasure of having the maximum satisfaction. Oh, I enjoy your pleasure sounded like a Newport ad. I enjoy the pleasure of maximum satisfaction. That should be a thing. Thanks for watching.
If I got everything I want on album 3, and I grew up and became who I wanna be, why am I lying when I say I feel content? I don't wanna say too much, but what's a meltdown between friends? Oh, maybe I can use a couple steps to the soul and reduce some obsessions about the right direction. I took a step from at least one direction. I don't even care now, but I'm escalating still stands up. Yeah, a little time to the show, maybe you will. See you in the future, yeah. You can find me in the rumors, yeah. If you can see the flames that I see when I sleep, then you gotta know what I mean. I'll see you in the future, yeah. You're a formulation for me to beat. Everywhere I go, I'm poisoning. Everyone inside look up to me. And while I'm all alone, I can feel a fucking university with all the giving up and even though I want to figure shit out a little bit. I'm looking for a place to get damn like goddamn I can't look at it. We're looking for a plan. You brush your neck, showed up to the go in. Anyway, but I'm gonna wait to make sure everything's saying everything I know is gonna come in the end. We'll get there when we get there, when we get there, when we get there. See you in the future, yeah. me in the rooms. If you could see things that I see when I sleep, then you'd be very on my way. I see you in the future, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. This is a really weird thing to document in a live stream, but there's a car parked in my parking spot. You can, like, yeah, I know. Um, I'm not mad about it, but I am still mad at the police who had my car towed. Yeah, you can park there. It's available space, but it's the first time anyone has ever parked in it, as far as I know. I don't know. Times they are changing. I guess that's it. Oh. Thanks for watching.